Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. I don't always tell you what you want to hear, but I tell you what you need to hear to make an informed decision. And I want to dive into Aptos, the launch that happened last night, because it is the talk of the crypto community today. And I just wanted to give you my perspective. Now, none of this is financial advice, but I think if you hear me out, you may understand what's going on and that even if you don't like what's happening, we might be able to profit from it. That's my plan anyway. Again, not financial advice, but let me give you a different take of probably what you're thinking. Now, if you want to, you could go read this article at prontos.com, Protos.com, and it says Aptos token launches to major dump. Here's why we saw it coming. Well, if you dig into that article, which honestly there's no need, it does tell you that it's good tech. Now, for those of you that don't know, it's one of the or two of the developers that were part of the Facebook project, and from my understanding, it is some very high-tech technology. They call it the Solana killer. Now, they also get into the tokenomics. That's kind of what all the hype is about when people call it a scam token or a VC dump. But here's the deal. Roughly, there's about 51% of the tokens that are going to be available to uh, the retail public, and the rest of it is locked up between the early investors, the foundation, uh, and those guys. So if you read the article, it talks about how they're basically set up to dump about 100,000 tokens a day onto the retail public. Now, there was a lot of locking up in the early stages, and there is, which that's always positive. But I guess they're complaining about the workaround that there's still a lot of tokens that got dumped. And that's understandable. But guys, here's the deal. Now, this is the truth that whether we want to hear it or not, a lot of crypto is not what we want it to be. It is not some decentralized, hands off type investment that we all want. The facts are that we have the US government, the governments around the world, the central banks, Wall Street, everybody trying to get their piece of control and their piece of the pie. And we can fight that, or we can just understand it and maybe capitalize on it. Now, here's the biggest points I want everyone to understand, because quite frankly, I'm not a fan of the project. However, if it's going to run like Solana did last year, I want in. Now, here's the thoughts that I want you to just think, and you tell me your thoughts in the comments section after the video. Now, here's the deal. The VCs normally vet these projects heavily. They know what is good tech and what has a future. Or if nothing else, what has a really sexy story that can run, right? And they also understand that when you have one big VC and you have other VCs and maybe Wall Street behind you, it is going to take off. They can create their own pump. And yes, that being said, it's just like an IPO in the stock market. Every IPO for the last, 100 years or ever how long they've been having IPOs gets dumped from the wealthy insiders onto the retail public. That's how it works. That's part of creating this type of project with this type of future. They're going to get paid every time that they can pull it off. Now, here's what I want you guys to understand. Quant, which is the hottest token out there right now. I own it and I love it. Polygon, Avalanche, Hedera, Solana, 8coin. Every one of those projects had a huge VC backing. I'm talking about 20 million, 50 million, up to like $200 million. Every one of them. And every one of them pretty much had the same outcome. That there was a lot of profits taking early on, but here's the good news, guys. Every single one of those took off and was on fire, and they were all something that you wanted to participate in. Now, again, not financial advice. And that being said, Ape ApeCoin did the exact same thing. However, it didn't pump yet because it came out and it pumped real hard and they dumped hard on the retail public, but most people understood that was coming. And but it hasn't participated in a bull market. So I'm pretty sure with the corporation and the Wall Street money that's going to jump into that project, it is going to run during the next bull market. And guess what's going to happen, guys? It's going to come back. They're going to take their profits. So that being said, Aptos is probably no different. Now here is the good news, in my opinion. And again, guys, this is not financial advice. This is just kind of my game plan uh, to let you know what I'm thinking. But here's what all the hype's about. It came out and it just went straight down. And I'm guessing when they were typing up most of these articles and tweeting out to the crypto community, they thought it was just going to probably be at $5, $4, $3 before the day's over. Well, I don't know what created all this. Hopefully it's not FOMO, because if they're FOMOing in, they're going to be down and have to hold this token for a long time, in my opinion. Here's what I expect. In this environment, these guys are not going to start adding to their position. Now, you may get some FOMO in. That might be what people are thinking. They were like, hey, I didn't get in on the pre-sale, or I think they had an airdrop, but I want in on this project because it's good tech and it's got a lot of money behind it. And all that's, in my opinion, irrelevant for the time being. Here's my thoughts. This thing's going to go down, down, and down. May not be today, may not be tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure if you go back, whether it's next month or the month after or whatever, this thing's going to be way down. I wouldn't be surprised if it went all the way back down to maybe, $1 or something like that. I hope so, because then I'll start stacking. Here's my thoughts. Could be wrong, not financial advice. If this thing pulls back heavily, and we're already in a recession, we know some ugliness is coming. It may be one that Wall Street and the big money picks to run during the next bull market, just like Quant, Polygon, Avalanche, and Algorand, and all those guys. So that's kind of my thought process. So for me, put it on the watch list, just like ApeCoin, and see what it looks like when the next bull market starts. If we crash, might start stacking a little bit of both those. That's just me, my thoughts. But anyway, guys, that old saying, don't hate the player, hate the game. Guys, this is the game in certain parts of crypto. When the big boys create a project and get behind the project, we are just along for the ride. Am I going to hold this thing long term? Absolutely not. Will I buy it if it crashes and expect the VC boys to start pumping money into it in the bull run? Absolutely. You know why they do that, guys? Because when you're knee deep in a project with all the money they have, they're going to keep pumping it and pumping it until they get their profits back. Right? So they're not just going to go, hey, we set, $50 million into this project. Let's see what happens. They're going to make it happen. They're going to put some more of their money in. They're going to cause FOMO. The other VCs and other Wall Street firms and funds are all going to follow along because they all understand the game. They'll pump it up as hard as they can. Keep pulling out their early tokens. Keep, when they become unlocked, and they'll just keep taking their profits, keep taking their profits, which they take it from the retail public that FOMO ends and thinks this thing, let's say it runs from $1 to $30, $40, $50. Who knows? If it is the next Solana, or any of those projects, it could run really, really hard during the next bull market. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment sections. That's my thought process, guys. I don't like the project. I don't want to like the project, but I will invest. My ego is not about anything else but making money. And if the big boys are making money on the project and getting behind it, I'll be glad to go along for the ride. Again, not financial advice. So let me know what you think in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. We're trying to grow this community and we'd love you to be part of it. Either way, hit that like button and come back and be part of this community. Not financial advice. And normally I would say get to stacking, but not this token right now. Take care.